Hey kids, welcome back to Oldman Plays CFL Fantasy, where I'm here to help you maximize your fantasy chances. Although lately I wouldn't be taking my advice near so much. I am, of course, as always, your host and presenter, Old Man, shouting at clouds. And I have not had a good few weeks again. Quarterback made it through the game last week, but I think got a total of 15 points out of Zach. It doubled, so not great. 85.1 for the week. I'm still trying to get back over that 100 where I was at the start of the year. This week's Labor Day, and that kind of means all bets are out the window. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a tough one to pick, but I'm looking at the games. I figure BC and Ottawa. BC, the only one I'm really looking to stand back because they did have used him some, and I don't know if Nathan's going to be that much better. He should be after another week of practice, but I don't know. Ottawa, on the other hand, I think I'm going to go for at least the Drew Brown as the quarterback for the week, and then probably team him up with Hardy. I might consider Armstead as a running back, although he didn't perform so well against BC last week, so I'm not quite sure there. Saskatchewan and Winnipeg, again, two really great defenses, but the only one I'm considering there is maybe Myers out of Saskatchewan. Great receivers on both teams, but I don't know who's going to get the ball, and I don't know how much the defenses are going to give up. That takes us on to the Hamilton-Toronto game. Maybe Coxie out of Toronto, probably Carey, because he's been good for me at running back. I don't think anyone from Hamilton, but we'll see what the budget says when we have to do. And then I get to Calgary. Mills, I think, is supposed to be back, so he's a thought at running back. And maybe Bagleton as a receiver. And then on the Edmonton side, I think Leak is in there. Definitely want to take him. He looks like he's going to be back ready to go again. So that's a good running back spot. Maybe Gittins Jr. We'll see. We'll figure out once we get things sorted through and how much money's left. And again, defense as usual. What can I afford and what's the best thing that's there? That's the overall game plan. Let's head over to the computer and see what we can make work.
Okay, so let's look at what we've got going on here now. We said we wanted to, I did say I wanted to take Drew Brown at quarterback, so let's just go straight to Ottawa, get him out of the way. There we go, 11K. Okay, and we will team him up with, I think, Hardy while we're here. Oh, there's Hardy at 10.5, so that's my expensive duo to try and get double up on some points there. Running back, I don't know that I'll go with, where's Armstead at for cost now? He's 7. I don't know though, like I said, he didn't do as well last week. So we were talking about Edmonton. Leak, is he in there at 7? They're showing him as injured, but he says that it says he's available on the injury report and he's been full in practice. So I think we're going with him. And then my second one for running back, I talked about I wanted to go to Toronto and get Carey if I could. So there we go with those ones. With Leak, I'm going to have to watch the depth charts, and I may need to change him out. But that's where we're at. So wide receivers, let's see who do we have here. We're going to go wide open on this now and see who they put out here. McInnes, I said no. Bridges shows up there, but again, with Hamilton, I don't know. I don't see going there. Rambo did okay for me last week, and I thought about him, but no. Tim White, no. Jones out of Edmonton. You know, he might be a good choice there. Let's take him out of Edmonton. Oh, so where does that leave us now? That leaves us 23K for 2 positions. That's not too bad at all. We can take pretty much whoever we want out of the flex. So let's see who they put up here for the most projected points. Again, McInnes, I'm not certain on. Bell, no. Olivier, I don't think so against that Saskatchewan defense, and Fletcher's not playing this week. So, again, we're down to Bridges. No, let's keep going here, see who we come up with. Get someone we like. We talked about Bagleton. But you know what? I think I'm going back to that Saskatchewan with Myers. For some reason, he feels good to me. So we're going, and he's cheap. So that means we'll be able to afford whatever defense we want here. take the whole defenses. Who's projected the highest? Toronto against Hamilton. That may make some sense. And they are playing some good turnover ball, but the Saskatchewan still got the best turnover defense. So I think we're going with them. Yeah, so that's about where we're at with it. I've got to pick a captain. I usually go with the quarterback, so I'm going to do that. I think perhaps one change, though. I do think we'll take Jones out from Edmonton because I was thinking of Coxie, and I do like what he did last week. I could be chasing points, but I think we're going to go for it. So we're going to look for Toronto, put Coxie in there. Okay, so that might make a better overall team. I think so. So yeah, so those listening on the podcast who can't see what I'm doing here, I've taken the Saskatchewan Roughriders defense, Drew Brown from Ottawa at quarterback. My running backs are Carey from Toronto and Leak from Edmonton. Have to confirm that Leak's in there or I'll change out to one of their other running backs. My wide receivers are Justin Hardy out of Ottawa to team him up with Drew Brown, and Coxie out of Toronto because he did well last week. My flex is Dante Myers out of Saskatchewan, and that leaves me with 7.3 points overall. I've made Drew Brown the captain. I'm locking it in there. That's my team.
And there you got them. Those are my choices for the week. As always, if you care to use any of them, do so at your peril. Might be best to go the opposites until I start getting some good weeks up again. But that's what I'm doing. Good luck with your fantasy this week. If you've enjoyed this, do all the things that help me grow the channel. Subscribe right now, share, leave a comment. Love the comments. Other than that, I think we're pretty much done. So until next week, get the hell off my lawn!